Upgrades.
It's now or it's never.
Hi guys, this is Natasha with TeamJVS with a non-spoiler movie review of Sony Pictures' Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world, out in theaters April 28th. George Tillman Jr. directed and co-wrote with Daniel Gordon and Frank Baldwin, and Affirm Films and Medalist Pictures produced. The film stars Chris Davis as George Foreman. He could low-key pass for Mike Tyson though. Forrest Whitaker as Doc Brodus, Sonia Sohn as Foreman's mom, Sullivan Jones as Muhammad Ali, and Jasmine Jones playing one of his wives. I don't remember which one she played, but be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can check out more of our reviews and trailer reactions. As a very casual watcher of boxing, all I knew about George Foreman going into this film was that my mom owned one of his grills and that he was a boxer. That's it. So I was pleasantly surprised seeing highlights of Foreman's boxing career, him becoming a preacher, which was a major surprise, and coming back to boxing after 20 years. Like, that is a feat. The milestone boxing matches featured in the movie I thoroughly enjoyed. There's just something about boxing matches in general, whether from a movie or like a live TV match, but I'm usually invested in the outcome. Like, I remember like a show called The Contender that I used to watch. Whenever they show in films like the brief shots of family members or audiences watching the matches, I'm just like them cheering, lamenting, just analyzing the fight. Since these matches happen in real life, I do want to go back and see original footage to see if there are like any major differences, but I'm sure the commenters will let me know. But yeah, the most interesting aspect of Foreman's life for me was his journey as a preacher and his faith in God. So as a Christian, I enjoyed seeing that journey, and it's very inspirational seeing, you know, someone else's journey and taking those lessons and applying them into your life so you can have better faith, a better relationship with God, and just a better relationship with others. So this movie does remind me of other biopics and elements from other boxing films, but that's okay too. So there's usually a pattern or structure when it comes to biopics. You got the childhood, the career highlights, the personal obstacles / epiphanies, the reflection, and then ending on a high note or a tragic note. It does make it a little predictable, but at the same time, you're still to entertain, and this film does that. So after watching this film, I wanted to learn more about George Foreman and his life. So after doing a soft Google search, I am seeing that they, did not include elements that I wish they could have. And while that's to be expected, I still would have wanted to see, or at least have them touch on those things, because I think it would have brought more nuance into who George Foreman is and his experiences. So I especially wanted to see more of his friendship with a certain boxer who appears in this movie. So yeah, one of my favorite scenes was them having a heart-to-heart, and so I just would have wanted to see more of that friendship and just more scenes in general. I thought the actors had good chemistry with each other, so it just would have been nice to see. The performances of this movie were solid. Forrest Whitaker always gives a great performance, and he plays the father figure, mentor very well. And he definitely dropped some gems that I wish I wrote down. Like, I just wish I wrote them down. And while I do think Chris Davis did a good job as Foreman, there were times I had to remind myself that this is about George Foreman and not like about another boxer. Especially Mike Tyson. For some reason, Mike Tyson just kept on popping up into my brain. I think if this was a Mike Tyson biopic, I would have believed that he was Tyson. I haven't seen enough footage of Foreman to really know if he got his mannerisms down. I'm sure people will let me know in the comments. But in a general sense, I thought he did a good job. Usually when a biopic, tells the story very well and makes you curious, it does its job. If I had to rate this, I would rate it like a 7.5 out of 10. Again, solid performances, but they could have again included some things that I felt would have enhanced the movie. So let me know in the comments what you thought of this biopic. For the boxing fans, did you think this was a pretty accurate accurate portrayal or story of George Foreman? So if you didn't like it, let me know why, but politely, of course. But as always, I will catch you in the next review. Bye.
top of